Homologation cars, a side effect of motorsport regulations. They're the rebellious offspring of racing ambitions and road-going necessity, where manufacturers blurred the lines between road and track. And thank goodness they did, because it's given us some of the greatest cars ever made, like this, the Ford Sierra RS500 Cosworth. In the early 80s, the Ford Capri was losing out on the racetrack to the more powerful Rover SD1. Realising Ford's dwindling competitiveness, the new head of Ford Motorsport in Europe, Stuart Turner, set his sights on producing an outright winner for Group A racing that would reclaim Ford's former glory. Group A regulations dictated that 5,000 road cars needed to be built and sold for the car to be eligible, and so Ford set about building 5,000 Sierra RS Cosworths. But we're not here to talk about those. We're here to talk about the RS500. You see, the regulations also permitted manufacturers to build 500 Evolution Specials and then incorporate those modifications onto the racing car. And this is one of those 500 Evolution Specials. Number 39, in fact. What makes this car so special then? Well, there are a few important things to note. If we come round to the back of the car, we can start with the whale tail rear spoiler. Now what is unique to the RS500 is this sort of gurney flap on the top section here. You didn't get that on a standard RS Cosworth. And you also got this lower spoiler here as well, which you can tell is unique to the RS500 because it's got a cutout for the whale tail support. And this did actually work. The car could do a top speed of about 150 miles an hour, and depending on how fast you were going, the rear wing could generate anywhere from about 75 to 120 kilos of downforce. But the coolest modification on an RS500 is under the bonnet. That is a second set of fuel injectors that aren't even connected. This is the kind of stuff you get on a homologation car. On the actual racing car, the additional injectors allowed the car to consume more fuel, and combined with a bigger turbo meant that the racing cars were producing well over 500 horsepower. And towards the end of their life, there are rumours of some cars even producing 600 horsepower. In road car spec, these engines produced 224 horsepower. And so, like me, you might reasonably assume, hey, let's connect up the injectors, double the horsepower, yeah? No, not that simple. Apparently, you need a chip to put inside the ECU to connect it all up properly, which didn't come with the cars as standard. Can you source the chip aftermarket? Probably, although I'm not 100% sure. Perhaps someone in the comments can let me know. The RS500 hit the track in 1987, taking pole position in the remaining 6 World Touring Car Championship events, and it was over the line first in 4 of them. It won the 1988 and 89 Australian Touring Car Championship, the 1989 Spa 24 Hours, the 1988 and 89 Bathurst 1000, the 1988 and 89 Japanese Touring Car Championship, and the 1990 British Touring Car Championship. In other words, it won 84% of the races that it entered. That's insane. You want to know what else was insane? The price. You could pick up an RS500 for £20,000. That was £6 less than a BMW M3. Unfortunately, you could also pick one up for the price of one of these. The Cosworth was so easy to steal, it became the tip of the spear for UK car crime in the 80s and 90s. And if you speak to anyone who owned one at that time, you'll always hear stories of them saying, "Oh, I was in my kitchen and they nicked it right off my driveway." And you just think to yourself, how on earth are you not going to notice your car being stolen right under your nose, especially when you're right there? I mean, the RS500 isn't even a small car, it's quite big. I mean, look at it. Oh, shit. It got so bad that insurance on a Sierra Cosworth would cost you more than the car itself. And in some parts of the country, insurance became impossible. Fortunately, car thieves prefer Range Rovers nowadays, but the Cosworth's notoriety is still felt today. And a part of that notoriety has helped contribute to an enormous increase in values in recent years. In fact, values of fast Fords in general have continued to go from blue collar to blue chip. If I consult the official auction guide of the last few years, here are some headline stats for you. 2024 iconic auctioneers, this 1992 Ford Escort RS Cosworth sold for over £200,000. 2022 iconic auctioneers, this 2001 Ford Focus WRC X Colin McRae sold for £423,300. 2022 iconic auctioneers, this 1985 Ford Escort RS Turbo S1, that once belonged to Princess Diana, sold for £722,500. And finally, 2023 iconic auctioneers, this 1987 Ford Sierra Cosworth RS500 sold for £590,500. That is a lot of cash. If you want to save yourself £440,500, you should check out this RS500 instead, which has covered just 27,000 miles from new and has been with its last owner for 20 years. It's currently for sale with the Classic Motor Hub and offers a rare opportunity to acquire a highly collectible, highly original, low mileage example of this performance icon. But whether you own one or not, we should all appreciate just how special this homologation hero really is. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down below in the comments what you think of the RS500. As I said, it is currently for sale with the Classic Motor Hub and available to view on Custodian, so go and take a look. And make sure to check out Custodian as well for all your car-related needs, whether that's insurance, you're looking to buy a new car, or you're just looking to manage the ownership of your current cars. I'll leave all the links down below in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.